guys, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be talking about a misconception that a lot of professional women are doing that is causing them to lose their femininity. Okay, so first things first, if this is the first time that you're stopping by my channel or you're watching a video of mine, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Abby, and I'm a feminine life coach for professional women, and I help stressed out professional women achieve a balanced life by embracing their feminine nature, taking care of themselves, and of course, enforcing those boundaries. Now, today's misconception is one that I've been I thought about it and I know that it's going to trigger a lot of women. And the trigger is going to come from a place where you're going to feel like what I'm saying is not correct. And I'll tell you this before I share it. I'll tell you this. You are not wrong. You're not wrong. But the reason why you're feeling triggered is because there's something in you that resonates with the message I'm sharing, but your reality does not support that. So hence the trigger is coming up so that you can heal and become whole. So I say this to say, embrace the trigger, girl. Embrace it. Okay? All right, let's get started. So this misconception, I've known it since I was basically getting into the workplace, even before that, from school. And the misconception is that you have to work twice as hard to get the same level of respect and recognition in the workplace as your male counterparts. Sound familiar? Why is it not true? Amy, how dare you say this? It is so true. I'm experiencing it now. I have to work twice as hard. How dare you even question that? Right? Right? How dare you question that? Okay. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. And that used to be my reality years ago before I went through my own transformation. But you know what happened? Like, the workplace didn't change. I changed. And when I changed, my reality changed. And so that's why I'm here to tell you that if you change, your reality will change regardless of the situation. Why am I even talking about this misconception in the first place? Okay, so let's take a step back first. Why am I talking about this misconception? Why is this? How is doing this affecting you and your femininity? Like, why is this important in the first place? Let's talk a little bit about the importance first, and then we're going to talk about why I tell you that it's so unnecessary. Okay. So the thing about a woman's body is that our system is quite different. It's very different biologically from a man's system. So when we experience stress and the way that our body responds to stress and then reaches a state of stability is different from the way a man's body would receive stress and respond to that. And one of the major differences is our reproductive systems and the reproductive hormones that we have running through our body. So these hormones actually tell our body what to do when something happens. So if you are a woman you're really working hard, you're really putting in the hours and things like that, that's good. Of course, if you're starting your career, you want to put in the work. Like, we're not here to twiddle our thumbs and hope for the best. That's not how that works, right? You're doing the work. What you're going to notice over time, what you're going to notice is that you start to feel exhausted. You start to feel tired. You start to feel like this the pressure becomes a lot. And what you're also going to notice is that other areas of your life are going to start getting affected by that. Now, does this mean that you cannot work? That's ridiculous. Of course you can work. Duh, like we have our rights now. Stop it. Okay. You can, but you don't have to work in the same manner that a man would in order to achieve the same results. And that's where working twice as hard, where I tell you that it's not necessary. If you want to succeed in the workplace and you want to climb the corporate ladder, you can do that by also being a woman. You can do that by understanding who you are as a woman, understanding your skills, your strengths, and knowing how to use them. Okay, so let's take a little step back and kind of break this down a little bit. So, one of the reasons that women, professional women, feel like they need to work twice as hard to get the same level of results is because, there's these things that we've been told and we have seen. It's not just telling us, but there's things that we have observed in the workplace where there's differences, there's things that have been observed causes us to believe that in order for us to get ahead and get the things that we want in the workplace, then we need to work twice as hard. Now, years ago, that was my reality. That was my reality. It was like, oh, now I have to work twice as hard. And I did that. Do you guys know what happened to me? I'll tell you. I did that. I worked twice as hard. I got the recognition, but it also made me it made me lose myself at work. Like I lost myself in my job. And that loss came with a lot of different consequences, some of which I'll share in subsequent videos. But it made me lose myself. And when you lose yourself, what else is there? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Right? So I had to go through that journey, like go through that transformation journey and really understand what else can be done, because telling me that I need to work twice as hard to get the same level of result, it doesn't work for my body. It doesn't work for my system. And I still want to succeed. What is there? Da-da-da! I started learning about feminine energy, not for work, but for my own personal life. And then when I started accepting the fact that I am a woman, doors open for me. Because what feminine energy work did for me was really pull back and understand what makes me unique about me. See, every person on earth has a superpower. When you are operating in a state other than the way you have been designed, you will not see that superpower. You just won't. Because you are not acting like you. So therefore, the gifts, the talents, the skills that have been placed in you so that you can succeed, you will not be able to access them if you are operating outside the way that you have been designed. And that's where the problem of working twice as hard to get the same level of result breaks. Because a woman was not designed to work twice as hard than a man, like a man, right? Or than a man, work twice as hard than a man. A woman was not designed for that. Our biological system does not support it. When you do that, you break you. When you do that, you break your system, because we have a system that has been programmed to operate in a certain way. When you are over exerting and overusing your testosterone, you are going to break the production of the other female hormones that need to support your cycle. You are going to break that. Let's use that word. In another video, I'm going to explain the whole thing for you guys. So how do you now show up in order to achieve the same level of success without actually working twice as hard. So one of the very first things that I did that you have to do is you're going to have to change your mind. None of the things that I teach you would make any sense if you don't upgrade your mindset. Because if you've been doing this long enough, some of you have been in corporate work for 20 years, 30 years, then your brain only knows a certain way of doing things. You're going to have to do what I call pattern interrupt. You're going to interrupt that pattern, throw away the old beliefs and the old mindsets that don't support where you want to go, take in the new things, the new beliefs, and then practice them. I think that's a good summary of how I applied it in my life. So the first thing is that you're going to have to really understand, where did that belief that I need to work twice as hard come from? What did I see? What did I hear? What did I observe? And this doesn't mean that you're delusional, like you didn't make it up, right? Like I said, when I was living in that mindset of I had to work twice as hard, guess what was showing up? The reality. The reality. Like people have vacations for a reason, okay? People take vacations when they want to rest and take care of themselves. When I was in that mindset, you know what Abby was doing taking her vacation? I was taking my vacation to do more work. I was taking my vacation because 7 days a week was not enough for me. I had to use my vacation to do more work because I needed to work twice as hard to get the same level of respect. And now my reality is completely different because it's so unnecessary. It is so unnecessary, right? So you're going to have to change that belief first. You're going to have to, basically what I'm doing is I'm taking your mindset and I'm doing this. So you're going to have to really pull back and really understand, where did that come from? I have a lot more coming for you guys. So if you were curious about this, I do have a bootcamp coming up on January 29th to 31st. And I am going to be dismantling a lot of the systems that has been placed for us that are not working for us and that are taking away our lives, our happiness, because we think we have to do it. Nope, sister. Mm-mm. So I'm going to be sharing these things with you guys. It's a free bootcamp and it's going to be taking place in my Facebook group of those wonderful intellectual queens in there. Those women are amazing. So if you haven't joined the group, the link is going to be in the comments and in the description box for you to join. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Bye, girls.